Hello, how are you doing today? I wanted to hop on here, and just talk about some limiting beliefs because it's what holds us back from pretty much anything that we want in life. And I'm learning this more and more of how many limiting beliefs that I've held about myself and how that has kept me from being my true authentic self, which is something that I'm deeply passionate about finding. I really want to live in that full expression of who I am so the kids can see me in my prime, in the zone, and just being able to love life, feeling alive. That is what I want for my life, and I hope that's what we want for your life. So, one limiting belief, I'll just do one, that has really kept me from moving forward in a lot of things in my life, and it is not being good enough. Now, where this stems from, maybe from my own birth, when I think I've mentioned this before, my mom really didn't look at me for like the first half hour because it was so tiring for her. It was so long. She was like 42 weeks at that point, and it was probably just traumatic for her from what it looked like on the video. So that could have stemmed from there. It could have been little micro events that, like as a kid, and I see this in my own parenting, you're making dinner on the stove and in the oven, you've got to do things in a certain amount of time, and the kids are just hanging on to your leg like, Mommy, give me attention, please. But you need to get your work done. So you say, hey, hold on. The cooking becomes more important than them and their perspective. So little micro events like that, who knows what your story is? But I know from like schooling wise that I didn't feel the smartest when I moved to a new school from Florida to California in 6th grade. I remember one girl like, why can't you get this math? Why don't you get it? It's so simple. But I hadn't been taught the steps. Prior to that, I jumped in to like what seemed like a grade level above where I had come from. And so just little things throughout society, of course, magazines and body image, sports, all kinds of things, all these messages that were sent from society that were not good enough. And so when it came to birth, it's like, okay, what am I feeling I'm not good enough? For my first birth, I didn't really do that. For my second birth, I did. And really, it did stem from society and family. And just not having the confidence in myself that I could do it. And it's that mind shift change. I was kind of stuck in a negative mindset. I had to be like, you know what? I'm going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to say affirmations. I'm going to move my body in ways that may feel a little bit uncomfortable just because it's outside of like the little box that I had in my mind. And slowly but surely, I started to retrain myself to be like, you know what? Just try it. And you don't have to fail. See, I just got to the point right here. I've been rambling a little bit, but it's really about failure and a fear of failure. Like, hey, I'm going to set out to do this natural birth, which is what my plan was. And of course, my OB is like, well, it could go a different way. And, everyone's like, oh, yeah, you can think that, right? And me being bullheaded was like, no, I'm not going to fail, right? That's basically coming from a place of not being good enough. And luckily, I was able to overcome it, but really, it's that fear of failure that we give up and don't even try. And I want you to try. If you know what is holding you back, what makes you feel not good enough? Is it that you've tried and failed and someone came down on you really hard? Or was it more that you let yourself down? For me, most of the time, I think it was that I let myself down, or that I thought it would be the end of the world. I'd be like stripped away from my family if I got a B in class, that they would look down upon me. But I'm asking you to really look into yourself. The only person that matters is what you think of you, and how you can get from a place of not believing in yourself, of staying small, of not doing what makes you feel alive, to feeling alive, going for what you want, regardless of the outcome. And I've been learning this through trying to get my course out. At this moment in time, it's been out for 4 months, and I haven't really marketed it, to be honest, but I still feel that sense like, okay, no one's bought it, no one cares. But the majority of me has shifted to, I don't care what the outcome is. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep speaking. And I haven't been doing it much through videos because the kids are always around. So I've been writing. And I got in a couple of publications, which has been amazing. And so it's whatever you need to say, whatever is on your heart, you go for it, no matter what. And so when it comes to birth, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you know what's in your heart, it is possible. I'm telling you this. If you can visualize it in your mind, if you can feel it, it's possible. And sometimes it doesn't even matter the outcome. As long as you feel joy or feel whatever you want to feel, you can practice that. If you want that moment when you hold your baby in your arms for the first time to feel a certain way, you can practice that during your pregnancy. And it'll be even more amazing once you hold your baby. So, anyway, I covered a lot there, but I just wanted to speak some of my own truth. I'm not good enough comes up all the time, but I'm starting to realize it now. And I don't want it to hold me back anymore, and I don't want it to hold you back. And of course, I can't do the work for you. So just think about any little epiphanies you may have had, and maybe nothing, because if you were where I was at a few years ago, I would have been like, I don't have any I'm not good enough fears or whatever. I was just in my zone, not really aware of how I was living and what I was thinking. So I'll just leave this here. And you take whatever you want from it. All right, take care. Bye.